Stefan Sonesson. He is the National Director of Mercy Ships of Sweden, working from the Swedish office located at Stena in Gothenburg. And for those of you who don't know, Mercy Ships is a world-leading medical charity that exists to deliver life-changing surgery and healthcare to people in urgent need. They operate the two largest civilian hospital ships in the world and has grown by multiple in Sweden in recent years. A contributing factor to this growth is the very strong support provided by the shipping community in Sweden and all their warm corporate partners on Donsö and elsewhere, of course. Now Stefan will give you a quick overview and show some short videos as well of Mercy Ships' impressive work in Africa. The organization has been active for 45 years, and until today, they have helped more than 2.8 million people and visited more than 550 ports worldwide. A mission carried out by thousands of volunteers who provide free surgery to people who would not otherwise be helped in some of the world's most vulnerable countries in Africa. They also train and mentor hundreds of local medical professionals to leave a lasting impact in the countries they serve. Mercy Ships bring hope and healing, and they are powered by you and all of your support. Please welcome with a big hand, Stefan Sonesson.
Thank you so much, Pernilla. Thank you, Donsö Shipping Meet. I would like to start with this for an amazing gala dinner. I'm really happy to have an audience today. Considering the great gala dinner and the party last night. It was really amazing, I think. And Jonas Barkman asked, have you done business? Have you done business? I think you heard it. And I love it. I would like to add and also ask, what is the purpose of your business? Today, I have the privilege to talk about Mercy Ships and how we together can help change and transform the situation for thousands of people in some of the most vulnerable and poorest countries in Africa. I will tell you a little bit about the need. I will tell you why this is needed. And I will also tell you a little bit about the powerful response that we can deliver if we unite together. I will also touch how we staff and operate the two largest civilian hospitals in the world, how we recruit every year and staff 3,000 people on these ships. And they also work without a salary. So we do believe that we can change the situation in Africa, and we do believe that we can do it within a generation, and you can help. Thank you for joining me. I would also like to express our thanks to the Donsö Shipping Meet that we can participate here for free as a charity partner, and also for the shipping community supporting us all over Sweden. Our work is totally based on partnerships. It's all about donations. We don't get any other contributions, so it's all about financed by donations. I would like to show you a small video here in the start, and this is from Senegal. We arrived to Senegal mid-February, and we left mid-July. So this is about the period that we just passed in Senegal.
In 2023, we sailed into a new season together. For the first time ever, the Global Mercy welcomed patients on board for surgeries.
This is a moment we've looked forward to for many, many years. It's absolutely wonderful that we have patients here.
On the brand new hospital ship, volunteer crew members served patients from not just one, but two countries, Senegal and the Gambia, providing free, life-changing surgical care for even more of the people who need it most. Thanks to you, our volunteers, national crew, local partners, and donors, we've completed our first field service of 2023. It's already been a year of new and greater impact, and it's not over yet. Thanks to you, hope and healing have found more people in more places, and the lasting impact of Mercy Ships is just beginning. The Global Mercy is headed to Sierra Leone next to serve her third country this year. This journey would not be possible without each one of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I hope this brought a little bit of our spirit, a little bit about the heart that we would like to share. I would like to give you a quick crash course. Pernilla gave some statistics, some figures, but this is a summary of what we have been doing. Since 1978, we have visited 56 countries. We are close to 600 ports. We have helped, as Pernilla said as well, 2.8 million people, and that's about a quarter of all citizens in Sweden. Every year we engage 3,000 volunteers, people working for free, every year, from 60 nations. All the time we have somewhere between 50 and 60 nations on board. And we have offices in 16 nations. So, a little bit about the need. We do what we do because there is a need. It's very real, it's huge, and it's also urgent. This is a figure that I think you maybe could remember. 5 billion people don't have access to safe, affordable, and timely surgery. So that's the majority of the people in this world. They don't have access to surgery. And as you see in this picture, in 2010, it has gone a little bit better, but in 2010, the lack of access resulted in 18.6 million deaths. That's more than 4 times the number from HIV, AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria combined. And that's because of the lack of surgery. So you can compare it to the pandemic. I think you remember that in 2020, which was really terrible, about 3 million people died in the pandemic. Each year, 18.6 million people die because of lack of surgery. So the vision about hospital ships delivering free surgery in Africa is so important. So why Africa? In this picture, you can see why we focus on Africa. We've been there for 30 years, and we will keep doing what we're doing in Africa. What you see here is a lot of red colors in the sub-Saharan countries. About 97% of the people in Sub-Sahara live in what we call the bottom tier. That's the most poorest countries in the world, and where people are totally in lack of doctors and surgeries. So that is why we focus on Africa, and that why we will keep on focusing on Africa. So, quick about the why. Why do we do it? As I said, 5 billion people lack access to surgery, and we think it's really crucial that we do these surgeries, but we also try to strengthen the healthcare systems in Africa by doing a lot of training, education, and mentorships for the professionals that do exist in Africa. This is a perspective coming up. What is missing? You see these pillars on the right, the high pillar, that's the EU, the European Union, and this is how many surgical specialists we have per 100,000 people. And if we take Sierra Leone as an example, and Sierra Leone is in this pillar down here, you cannot see it. There is a small red line. In Sierra Leone, we have 5 general surgeons in the whole country, and in that country we have between 7 and 8 million citizens, and they have 5 surgeons. So you can imagine, whatever problem you have, you won't get help. If you get cataracts in your eyes, in Sweden you get a surgery, it takes maybe 20 minutes. In Sierra Leone you get blind. And what is our response? I would say that our response is very direct, it's really effective, and we also provide a long-term support to leave a legacy, and that is education, training, and mentorship. And our surgeons, they work for free, so we always give the care we give for free, never any payments. And we also provide food, we provide lodging and transportation for our patients, and also sometimes for the families. But it's not actually about numbers, it's about one people, maybe one kid, maybe a grandpa or a grandma. And this is a short patient story. This is Dauda. He got a surgery from us in Senegal. When he was 4 years old, he got a tumor, and it grew. It started to grow. And 7 years later, he had a really big tumor. If this was in Sweden, I would have taken my kid to the doctor the first week to remove it. But there were no surgeons. His dad took him to every hospital in Senegal. They couldn't help him. We did a calculation. They spent about their income about 6 years in a row to help their son, and he didn't get any help. And finally, when he was 13 years old, he got helped on our ship. This boy couldn't speak anymore. He had problems breathing. So this tumor, it wasn't an aggressive tumor, but it would have killed him maybe within a year. So that's one patient. So we have trained more than 43,000. Sorry, I think I'm in the wrong picture. We have trained over 43,000 professionals in Africa. And why do we do this? Because when we leave with the ship, we normally stay 10 months. The day we leave, there are no one if we haven't trained professionals. So that's what we really try to do, to leave a legacy, to build some kind of infrastructure, and we also help with equipment. Sometimes we do renovate hospitals and infrastructure in the country, but training and mentorships and education, that's so important. And since we now are present in Donsö Shipping Meet, I need to talk a few minutes about the ship, or the ships, don't you think? So this is the Global Mercy, the largest civilian hospital ship in the world. It was commissioned in Senegal in 2022 and has now been in its first operation in Senegal. Last week, it arrived in Sierra Leone. Many of you have been following this project, and some of you have also visited the vessel and been on board. It took 10 years, but now she's alive and she's working. And she's very alive and she's working so well. We have made about 1,000 surgeries already on the hospital and many hours of training. And our patients are our passion, but we also love this ship, of course. It was built, as I think you know that, it was built by Stena RoRo. And as you can see, there is a lovely Stena design on this ship. But inside, we have a big difference. On the 2 lower decks, we have a top modern hospital. It's as modern as any hospital in Sweden. If you go into Sahlgrenska in Gothenburg, you meet the same technical equipment, etc. And she has 6 state-of-the-art operating rooms. We can carry 200 patients at the same time. We have an international school on board with a capacity of about 100 students, and that's the children of our volunteers. As I said before, about 3,000 people, staff, not only this ship, but our other ship as well. And normally between 50 to 60 nations on board at the same time. And to be a volunteer, as you know, it means that you work without a salary. So these people are really impressive, I think. They even buy their flight ticket when they go on board.
Today, as we continue to stand on the promises of dreams come true, we invite you to set sail with Mercy ships to help make surgical access a reality. Join the journey of our volunteers as they leave everything behind to live a life in service to others. Teach with our capacity building team as they partner with our hosts to leave a legacy that matters. Find the smile that was stolen by shame. Celebrate the transformational surgery that allows our patients to live a full life. Walk alongside new friends while they take strides into a bright future. Run with little ones who have been sitting for too long. See the smiles that light up your world. Serve with joy. Give with grace. Dream with the children who can finally see a destiny filled with hope. Thank you for continuing the dream of bringing hope and delivering healing in every port of call. Together with Mercy Ships.
Yes, I hope you get the picture of hope and dreams. It's a lot about hope and dreams. I would like to address, just in the end, some thoughts about CSR, ESG, and SDG. I think this is probably part of your daily business model to work with corporate social responsibility. And I have heard a lot of talk about staffing, about crew, about the new generation. And I would like to say that I think that the young generation today, coming to the shipping industry and also to other industries, they know very well what employer branding is. Last night you heard Elin Christensen talking about empowering women in the shipping business. And I believe that our future employees, they know their value, they choose carefully among potential employers, and they value social responsibility. What's the purpose of your business? And they are very well informed. And that's the same on the customer side and on the supplier side. I have been working 25 years in the business, in private business life, and I know that your customers and your suppliers increasingly now choose business partners who take responsibility, who share their values and their commitment to sustainability, about the environment, of course, but also about social responsibility. So our business is conducted on a global arena. You know this better than me. And we see war, we see suffering, we see lack of basic human rights affecting our business as well. It does it today, and I do think it will do it tomorrow as well. So I would like to say, and this was the title of my small speech, that now is the time for real impact in different angles. It can't wait. We have to do something. So, partner with us. We have our stand here behind you. Visit us, talk with us about your dreams, how you could contribute, about your business model. We don't sell a quick fix. We partner with deeply committed corporate partners who, as we do, believe in change. I think we can do this together. And Dünse, I would say, and the shipping companies here, they are leading the way by supporting us and by saying, we change for the future. That's the tagline. What a wonderful tagline. And I really would like to challenge you about your business model. Have you done business? Jonas Bartman asked, have you done business? And what is the purpose of your business? Will you change for the future with us? I think so. I hope so. This is our shipping network globally. It's about 100 companies supporting Mercy Ships globally in a big charity race called Cargo Day. Join this network. It's a customer list for you as well. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm positive that there are many companies that share your values and with social responsibility, for example. But what can the shipping industry take part even more? How?
Exactly. We normally say, since we recently, I would say, have trying to boost our corporate network in Sweden, and then we say that we would like to meet your company, because every company is unique. We have companies today supporting with volunteers. They actually pay their own staff to come with us. We have other companies supporting other volunteers with a small amount of money so they can go. We have companies here providing us with training for free for our seamen, for example. We have companies here today who, in their business model, included 2% of a kickback in every agreement within the shipping industry, and that kickback will go to this project. So it is about money, yes. It is about volunteers and staffing, yes. But I'm sure we can find a lot of creative ideas. to support.
Have you done some business during the Donsö Shipping Meet now?
Yes, I
Good!
have.
And you might have time to do some more.
Yes, please
Yeah,
visit,
that's
visit
good.
us.
Just a more personal question.
Yeah.
Do you need to be a nurse or a doctor to be a volunteer?
That's a really good question, and we get that question a lot. And normally, half of our staff is within the hospital sector or as seamen. And then 50%, and we have like 200 positions on board. The other half is everything else. We have a school, we need teachers, we have an HR department, we have a very professional communications department, we have a hospitality department, we have a small shop, we have a post office, we have a hairdresser, we have a bank. So I would say whatever your professional life is about, you
can be a volunteer.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for your work to change the future with us and for sharing your important work. So thank you, Stefan Sonesson, and it's all about people.
It is.
Thank you so much.
for having me. Thank you.